Now, I am hearing that her ex-husband Kevin and Sharina are no longer together, and you know what that is.
Well, come on now.
The money gone.
What you thought was going to happen?
The money is gone.
Kelvin.
So, of course,
what happened to that restaurant?
He's trying to get with Wendy.
I know plenty of y'all been curious about where Sharina Hudson's hiding now that she and Kevin Hunter can't mooch off Wendy Williams no more. Well, hold on to your tea, because rumor has it she's playing a disappearing act on Kevin since he's flat broke, and she was just in it for the coins.
Like 15 years. She was one of these, less than smart women who moved to the big city with bright lights, and she wanted to be a model. And so you know how the girls with the sparkler champagne bottles at the club, they get people to spend more money, they dress scantily clad and things like that.
The last we heard from Kevin and Sharina was when Kevin shouted her out for her birthday, calling her his wife in all caps with 2 red exclamation marks in a post. And you know he was all extra with it. Happy birthday to my queen, mother, chef, wife. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life. Well, word on the street is that now Sharina ain't getting nothing from Kevin. She ain't got no reason to stick around, especially since they were leeching off Wendy the whole time.
I don't know how they're raising the daughter Journey, who's almost 2 years. I think she's 2, like next month or something.
Wow.
That's not my problem. I know that my child. My alimony for all 3 of them is on time every month.
And Kevin can't even keep up with all those little business ventures he kicked off using Wendy's money, but not a single one popped off. Remember when Kevin put Sharina through school to be a massage therapist? And when that flopped, he opened a kiosk for her at some mall in North Carolina where she's from. He even tried to help her launch a jewelry and clothing line online called Lavish. At one point, Sharina was also out here playing a realtor, listing her company at that Morristown house Kevin bought for her, again, using Wendy's coins. Then in 2021, Sharina opened up a vegan biz, and of course, Wendy's money was fronting it. Whipping up vegan pancakes in the kitchen, Wendy paid for too. Child, I know some of y'all are saying they should have been smarter with the money, but come on, they didn't care because it wasn't their cash on the line. And now that the money's all dried up, so is Miss Hudson. I mean, what more could Sharina do with a man who not only stopped providing for her, but also put the house they were living in up for sale? He even took out loans on 2 luxury cars through some company called Flex Wealth. On top of that, he got slapped with a lawsuit from UBS Bank, accusing him of dodging his credit card payments. Even when Kevin dragged Wendy back to court a second time to get his alimony checks flowing again, Wendy's guardian, Sharina Morrissey, clapped back, saying the payments to Kevin would end if Wendy's yearly income was less than double her previous yearly income as of February 1st, 2020. Sharina also spilled that Wendy, who hadn't shown up to host her own show for her entire last season, stopped getting her full salary in October 2021, but Kevin kept getting his alimony, which, according to Sharina, meant Kevin unjustly pocketed $112,500. The monthly payment was $37,500, so 3 months added up to $112,500, and Sharina wanted that money back with interest. So not only was Kevin broke, but he was also drowning in debt. Word on the street is that Sharina snatched up whatever little was left and disappeared. Meanwhile, Kevin's still fighting to get that alimony back. Initially, he claimed that his monthly checks, which Wendy had agreed to pay in their divorce, suddenly stopped in February 2022. He even had the nerve to ask the court to make Wendy's guardian cough up the payments as per the contract. But when that didn't fly, Kevin was back in court demanding his alimony be resumed. And in the court documents, he claimed, on December 8, 2022, I attended a mediation with Wendy's counsel and Wendy's New York court appointed guardian attorney Sharina Morrissey. In that mediation, Wendy's counsel and guardian agreed to provide statements to accounts and bank records. They claimed to have gotten permission from the New York court to provide. He then said that even though Wendy's guardian and her attorney supposedly assured him they'd hand over Wendy's bank records, those receipts never showed up. So, by December 19th, after reportedly failing to get any further correspondence from Wendy's team, Kevin said he emailed the mediator and copied all parties addressing lack of transparency and bad faith in their lack of honesty and mediation. Baby, Kevin is still at it, still insisting his alimony needs to start back up. In fact, during one of the hearings, Kevin threw shade by bringing up a case where Sharina was named as a defendant, accused of being part of a racketeering scheme with someone else. He actually pointed out that Sabrina's under a RICO investigation and claimed he's cool with arbitration, but he just wants those receipts from Wendy's finances. According to him, Sabrina's been spinning lies to everyone, and they still haven't laid eyes on those bank records. And don't forget, she's supposed to give him access to the retirement accounts too. Basically, Kevin's saying there's been some major negligence, and as far as her being a guardian goes, he doesn't trust the woman. Kev, darling, if it makes you feel any better, we don't trust Sabrina either. But here's the kicker. As much as you're fighting to get that alimony back, there's actually no money left for you or Sabrina.
You accept your money right now.
I have no idea. I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen.
The tea is, Wendy reportedly had $55 million in the bank before her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, took over her finances and told her she was broke. In fact, in an affidavit submitted to a New Jersey court, Wendy's bestie, Regina Shell, claimed to have peeped her Wells Fargo bank statement. She said, "In July of 2022, Wendy invited me to stay with her in New York City for an extended period. During that visit, Wendy expressed to me that she wished to explore options regarding her estate, specifically a possible change with her current financial institution. She also shared with me documents from Wells Fargo showing a cumulative balance of nearly $55 million. In addition, Regina also claimed that in December of that year, she was invited to join Wendy in a meeting with another bank. Wendy has scheduled an appointment with a Bank of America's private banking group, which included the senior vice president, private client advisor, wealth strategist, market director, and several others to outline the best products available. After the meeting, Regina says she witnessed Wendy hand the Bank of America proposals and documents to Sabrina, as they were all in the same vehicle to drive to the courthouse. However, just days later, after returning to her California home, Regina reveals she received an urgent call from Wendy's then publicist, and a publicist claimed to have overheard a conversation between Wendy and Sabrina, where Sabrina gave Wendy the unfortunate news that there is no money in Wendy's account. Regina then said, in affidavit in disbelief, "I immediately contacted Miss Morrissey. Miss Morrissey and I have been in regular contact, and I fully expected her to tell me there was some sort of miscommunication. But instead, I was blocked from all communication with her and denied access to my beloved friend. May 1st, 2023 was the last time I spoke with Wendy. I hereby affirm that the foregoing statements are true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief." Regina's been real vocal, saying that knowing Wendy, she's definitely being forced to stay quiet. I mean, just like a lot of us, she can't wrap her head around how Wendy's recent birthday came and went without a peep. From what family and friends are saying, Wendy's birthdays have always been a big deal. It's heartbreaking that her closest loved ones couldn't even see her or speak to her on her big 6, 0. Wendy's only really been in touch with her sister, father, and her son, little Kev, since she's been away since last May, and they gotta wait for Wendy to call them. From what they've shared, it was a downright sad situation on what should have been a joyful day for her. Personally, I'm shook that Kevin's still out here trying to get his alimony checks back, given the circumstances. Maybe he thinks it's the only way to get Sharina back now that she's ghosted. But clearly, he's gonna have to figure something else out because nobody seems to know where Wendy's money vanished to. Chili, what do y'all think about all this karma smacking them left, right, and center? And what exactly do y'all think is going down with Wendy? I'm dying to know, so drop your thoughts in the comments section below.